YouTube. I love you guys. I am so excited about today's topic. So this is how to truly, I'm going to move this a little bit out of the way so the microphone's not like in your face. How to truly shift your identity. So I work a lot with women, and I work primarily with women. I do have some male elite clients, but primarily women, and especially those in midlife, those that are transitioning from, being a mom to getting out of divorce to starting over, and or to just awakening to, I want more in life. I want more than what I'm currently living. I know I'm meant for more than this. I know I'm meant for more than this. And I just got off of my mastermind call, and I said, gone are the days of women being put in a box. Nowadays, we can be and do and have multiple things. And yes, women have always worn multiple hats, from being a wife to a mother, and then we stepped into running businesses and doing this. But women were always kind of juggling a multitude of different things and holding space for, and like I said, and juggling, taking care of friends and family and so many different things. So what I really want to share with you is, what do you do if you don't know what you want to do? So first and foremost, a great thing to do when you don't know what you want to do is to make a list of everything you know that you don't want. That's first. So when we're talking about how to shift an identity, when we're talking about going to that next level person, when we're talking about up-leveling ourselves, it's so important first and foremost to know where we want to go. And often when we don't know what we want, we definitely know what we don't want. And by identifying what you don't want, you get clear on what you do want, right? So knowing that I know that I never want to feel this way again. I know that I definitely don't want a career in this, and this. I know that I definitely don't want to work for somebody anymore. Or I know that I never want to be, like, whatever it is, then you will be able to identify what you want to create in your life. And that's really, really powerful, and something that I want you to know, because it can be alarming when you go, I don't know what I want. I don't know where I want to go. Everyone always goes, vision. Do you have a vision? It does. If you don't have a vision, there's no point in even doing it. It's like, and I'll get these clients that are, women in my community that are a little bit like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know what's next for me. You're not meant to know the full picture, right? But again, identifying what you don't want allows you to get very clear on what you do want. Okay, so that's step one in identity shifting. Then if you do have a vision for what you do want, say right now you're like, I am a mom of 3, and but I see this version of me that's, this multi-million-dollar mogul that runs around, and I have books and I'm speaking on stages, but like, that's so polar opposite. But it's a vision that you have. So what's a vision that we have? A desire in your heart is meant for you. It's already done. It's in your alternate reality. Your job is to align to it. You don't need to know the how that you're going to get there. You don't need to know the answers, but you need to just start going, well, what would it be like if I was her? How would I spend my days? Who would I spend my time with? Who would my friends be? I want you to start getting caught up in the wonderment, in the imagination, and in the activation of the imagination, which is essentially your 4th dimension, right? The 4D is the imagined mind. And that's going to be really beautiful and powerful for you to step into, and it's going to be supportive for you. Really, really supportive. Okay. So that's another thing in identity shifting. The identity, first, we want to get clear on what we don't want to get clear on what we do want. And then we want to sit there and go, what is my dream? Like, what's a vision that I have? And then you want to step away from how to make it happen. You don't need to know the how. If you have the end vision, it means it was already created in an alternate reality. It's already yours. If you're single right now and you see yourself married, then you're married. It's done. Your job is to align to it. You don't need to get caught up in the how. You just need to believe that it's meant for you and that it's already done, right? And then keep operating and asking yourself, who would I be if I had that? How would I act? How would I think? How would I dress? How would I spend my days? How would I spend my time? And I was just talking about this in our mastermind, and we were saying, 5 years from now, if what you're doing right now is not what you want to do 5 years from now, then you have to change the course of action so that 5 years from now looks different. But if you look back on if you look at where you are right now and you look at where you were 5 years ago, you'll be able to clearly identify that the path that you took led you to exactly where you are. The beliefs that you had led you exactly to where you are. So if you are like, I like my current life, but I want some things to change, write down the things that you would want to change and ask yourself, who would I need to be? How would I need to think? How would I dress? How would I operate? What would my days look like? We get really caught up in the big vision, but I find the most potent thing for manifestation and embodiment and shifting your identity is actually the day-to-day, the minutiae, the little things, the way you get up and brush your teeth, the way you go to bed at night, the way you talk to yourself, the way that you see yourself in the mirror, the way that you present yourself to other people, the confidence that you have, the way that you treat your body. Does the multi-million-dollar mogul, does she eat crap, right? Like what is she doing? Does she sleep in? Is she getting up? Like, you've got to look at that, and that helps you to then go, oh, I'm now asking myself questions that not just my future self, and I don't want to put your future self so far off because she's you, she's a version, she's already created. But what we want to do is go, okay, I'm this other version. I'm going to ask her, but let's go a step further. Let's ask the future self. Let me drop in. And this is when we're dropping in, we're aligning in. You're literally, I love to just say, you're going to see like a golden triangle come in through the crown, and it's just aligning you and dropping down. That's the feminine orb, right? It's just coming down and it's aligning you. I'm grounding in. And if you want to know what grounding is, it's like put your feet flat. I told like 3 clients today, I was like, I need you to go put your feet into the earth and ground. I need you to get out of your head. I need you to get into your body, and you're going to give all of your worries, your doubts, the chaos, the overwhelm, the I should be here, I should do this, and all the things around not making yourself a priority, right? And you're just going to give them to Mother Nature. They're just coming out the bottoms of your feet with every inhale in, flooding the body with white light, aligning, relaxing, releasing, letting go. Exhale out through the mouth. As you're releasing out, you're letting go of everything that isn't serving you, right? You can literally see like black smoke coming out of the mouth, and you can see it coming out the bottoms of your feet and into the earth. This is what's called grounding. You can see roots. I like to tell my clients, you're going to see golden roots coming out the bottoms of your feet, grounding you into the earth, and then they go right up to the heavens, right? And you're just a divine channel, and it comes down. So we want to get grounded in that aligned state, right? And we want to go, okay, I'm now aligned. Who is this version of me that has this reality? She's got the money, she's got the love, she's got the life. It's all happening, right? She's right here. And I have a playlist here on YouTube with meditations and visualizations that you can go to, guided meditations and visualizations. I have Meet Your Future Self. I have a guided white light for healing the body. I have spiritual surgery on the body, how to receive divine downloads and recode the body. And so I just want to tell you that you guys can go there and look for that. But so what you're going to do then is you're going to ask and say, okay, I already have this. How does it feel to already have these things? How does this feel in my body? How would I feel? I feel calm. I feel excited. I just feel really proud, right? Okay, well, now I'm going to tap into that version of me, and I'm going to ask her, what does she want next? So now we're fully quantum leaping. So we're taking that version, but now we're going a step further, and we're going, okay, what does she want? What does she want? And so when you start to think from that frame, what happens? Your mind now moves into the 5th dimension, right? And now we're getting out of your 3D reality. Oh, this is what I see, right? I'm here, I'm in this white chair, I'm on YouTube, right? And now I'm going, oh, no, that version of me is over here, right? And now she thinks completely differently than this version. So she's gonna test me. She has knowledge that I don't have yet. She has experience that I don't have. She has a confidence and an air about her. She already knows what it's like to make millions. So it's not like, oh my God, I need to get to 1 million, right? It's like, or oh my God, I need this or I need that. She's like, oh no, that's my life. Like, that's just who I be. So now you're going to go, okay, well, what would she do? What's she going to do? And now what that does is that expands your mind to think through a bigger lens, right? What does it say in the Bible or all spiritual texts? This is not meant to be a religious push, but just saying it's not that we ask for too much. It's that we ask for too little. And I can tell you, as the women in my community that are high achieving, successful women, right, that truly are more type A, they're their biggest critic. And they struggle with believing that they're deserving and worthy of what they want. They put everybody else ahead of them. They're last on their priority list. And they sit there often going, okay, I know I'm meant for more, but they don't have time to cultivate their dreams. And they haven't given them the space because they're giving so much of themselves to others, but they have a hard time receiving. And they have a hard time actually believing that they're deserving of taking the space. And so if that is you, then you're in the right place because you know that you're meant for more. And when we know we're meant for more, one of the hardest things is that our soul is trying to pull us and we're pushing against it by our human that's caught in our old identity, that's caught in all of the conscious learnings that we've had since we've been here, right? Because we were brought into this world completely whole, right? That's my business called Wholeness. And you were completely whole. You never had any doubts in who you were, right? You didn't fear anything. You didn't think that you weren't amazing, right? And in time, what happens is then we get projections from parents and family and teachers and society and culture that start putting us in boxes and start judging us and having us judge ourselves. And then we get told things like, you're the pretty one, or you're so athletic, or you're so smart, or you need to do better, or you have a learning disability, or you this. And we get labeled and we get identities. And there's criticism, or we deem it as criticism, right? We're all only experiencing through our own lens. And so then what happens is we splinter off and we create these new identities. Some of them serve us, like, oh, you're super smart, so you go through life being highly intellectual and always valuing yourself and your worth through that. And then there's others where it's like, oh, you're not athletic, or oh, you're overweight, or oh, you're not as pretty as your sister, or you're the pretty one. And you, again, all these splintered identities, right? And we get further and further from the wholeness of who we are, right? And so what my entire purpose in being here is to bring you back to wholeness, to remind you of the limitless woman that you are, to remind you that you are deserving and worthy of all of your desires, and they're already done. We just get to align you and get you excited to know that they're meant for you. You were never meant to struggle with your body. You were never meant to struggle with money. You were never meant to struggle. We didn't come here for that. Yes, this is a life school, but it's all the lens in which you see it through. So see, everything that's happening to you is happening for you. And very, very quickly, a struggle turns into a blessing. Okay, I did this when I had cancer, and I said, I'm going to make this something that becomes the greatest gift. I'm going to turn hardship into healing and my greatest gift. And this is actually one of my best podcast episodes, or highly, highly listened to podcast episodes, because it's so true. Everything that we're experiencing, it's the meaning that we give to it. And I want to empower you to give positive meaning to everything that you ever experience and speak the words into existence that you want to surround anything. So for instance, everything is always working out for me. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I have everything that I need. Money is always coming to me. I am loved. I am lovable. Everything is surrounding me. Everything that I need is within me. I believe in me. I love me. I am deserving and worthy of everything that I want. Those dreams, they're happened for me. I did it. It's happening. It happened. It's done. It's mine. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am amazing. I'm a badass. I'm a big deal. I am loved, right? Do you see how it just amplifies the energy? So when you say this to yourself, you get reminded of who you are. And when you hear words like that and they feel good for you, it's because they're meant for you and your soul is going, yes, yes, yes. That is us. So when I teach my clients how to tap in to get their higher self guidance, I want you to know there's 3 realms in which we hear through. There's the conscious, right? Which is the mind. The mind is only going to ever tell you what you already know to be true. Meaning your mind only knows what you've taught it, both good and bad. So if you have a limited view about who you are, your mind's going to reinforce that. If you have a positive view about who you are, your mind's going to reinforce that. If you are afraid to put yourself out there with love, your mind's going to reinforce that. If you have this thing around your body and you're hypercritical or like diets, or your mind's going to reinforce that. The mind only knows what you've taught it. You are programming your mind at all times. You are not your thoughts. Your mind does not control you. You are the controller of your mind. Your thoughts are not you. They are simply just passing words, and you get to choose if you want them or if you want to replace them. That is one of the most powerful things that you will ever hear, and I hope that you're really taking that in. Your thoughts are not you. If you don't like your thought, you have the power to change it right now. And you simply just get to go cancel, clear, delete. I believe Jerry and Esther Hicks, I want to attribute that back to them if you don't know law of attraction. But cancel, clear, delete. That's not my truth. Just push it away. It's not my truth. It's not my truth. The truth is, I'm fucking amazing. Excuse my French. Do you get what I'm saying? You have to own who you are because you're amazing and you deserve the world, okay? And you are meant for more and you can have it right now. You get to claim it, you get to decide it, but then your job is to not go back. Your job is to not question. Your job is to choose it each day, right? And so I'm gonna show you guys right now. This is one of my favorites. So this is my book of dreams. Isn't it pretty? I love journals, guys. I'm like obsessed. So you've got your book of dreams. I want everybody to go and get their book of dreams. And this isn't dreams like dreams that are never going to happen. No, it's the book of dreams that all came true for me. And you're going to come back a year from now and we're going to do another one of these. And you're all going to tell me in the comments how they all came true, because that's what's going to happen for you. I'm declaring it right now. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go and get a journal. Either you have one already or you're going to get one that you love. Like, I don't know. I saw this one. I just liked it. I like bigger, and see, I put this book is magic. Like literally wrote, this book is magic, and this is my book of big dreams. Now, what you're going to do is you're literally going to bless your journal, right? Whatever religious affiliation, doesn't matter. You just need to believe that whatever you write in this, and you need to believe this, you're going to lay your hands upon it like this, and you're going to go, I declare and decree that this book is magic for me, that everything that happens in this journal, that everything I record in this journal manifests instantly, that my dreams manifest into form in my current 3D reality. I declare and decree that this book is magic for me. Anything I write in here comes true for me. And so it is, and so it's done, right? Yes, do you feel that? And then you're gonna fill it with only the things that you want. This is not your journal of I'm mind dumping and I'm writing down things that I don't want. This isn't your gratitude journal. You can do, I'm so happy and grateful that I met the love of my life, right? Like you can do, I'm so happy and grateful like it already happened, right? But this journal is meant to be, I am writing down all of my goals. If you're like, I want to manifest $5,000 this week, what did you do? You blessed it. And you write in here, so thank you for $5,000, or I got $5,000 this week. I write, like, you just write it. This is your book of magic. I want everybody to get one. Promise me, put below that you're getting your book of magic, okay? And it will be magic for you. It works. It's like, it's incredible. What you believe becomes true for you. That is the rule of thumb. Like, if it, like, take all manifesting videos and gurus and anybody else that you follow, if you believe it to be true, it will happen for you by law. Like, that's it. That's just it. Like, you just, and if you're going, but I don't believe, then that is the work to do. So what is your current belief then? What do you need to believe to be true then? What would you love to have happen? And then your job is to reinforce it every day and write, I met the love of my life. The money came. I this, I that. It happened for me. It's done. And ask yourself, how would I feel when it's done? And the more that you can, saturate the mind with what you want to be your reality, the more it will be your reality, right? This is what we do in Limitless Academy. I always teach, you want to saturate the mind as often as possible. And that's, oh yes, I love this so much. I'm so glad. Okay, so thank you. You want to saturate the mind as much as possible. So if you want to put a timer, let's just say, so I want everybody here, I want you to pick one thing that you're like, if I got this in 90 days, my whole life would change. Okay? What is one thing? You can share it below or just put one thing so I know that you're with me on the one thing. You've got your one thing. I want you to pick one thing. You're gonna get your journal and you're gonna put the date for today at the top. The day that you watch this video, whenever you watch this video, and those of you that are here now watching this video, you're gonna date the top and you're gonna say 90 days. In 90 days, I manifested, I created, I attracted, like this happened for me. Like, what is it that you want? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to have love? Do you want a certain amount of money? If it's money, you need to be definitive in the amount of money, and you need to say why you want the money. So, and you could just say, I just want to see if it works. You could, or money loves a purpose. Money's energy. So it loves to flow to something. Like, I want to go on vacation. I want to buy myself a new wardrobe. I want to invest in a house or car, or I just want money, all right? I just want to feel safety and security with money. I just want to be able to, or I want something for whatever. If it's love, it's like, okay, great. So you want a certain partner, if it's a career. So pick your thing for 90 days and you're going to set a timer on your phone. And I'm just going to get aggressive with it and say for 90 days, what if every hour on the hour, you just sat for a minute in the feeling of having the thing? They say 30 minutes of meditation is the equivalent of 30 hours, right, of manpower. We get done so much in the mind. And I also love the power of visualization upon waking and before bed. I really love it before bed, just to play in all the realm of possibilities and opportunities, just playing. And that is a beautiful thing that you can do. So these are different ways that you can create your new identity. So what we really created here is a simple framework. And for those of you that joined late, I just want to recap this for everyone. One, you've got to know your vision. You have to know what you want. You don't need to know how to get there. And it should scare you, or it should feel really unrealistic and like crazy for you, a little delulu, like really, that's gonna happen. And yes, it is. If you don't know what you want, write down what you know you don't want. I don't want to feel this. I don't want this anymore. And then you'll know what you want. So if you're like, I don't want to have debt anymore. I don't want to be in the same job anymore. I don't want to work for someone anymore. Or I don't want to be single anymore. Or I don't want this marriage anymore. Whatever it is, you're going to, by identifying what you don't want, trust me, you'll get clear on what you do want. Next, in that, you're going to ask yourself, what is it? What is that future vision? If I couldn't fail, which we've heard this one a million times, but let's go there. You're not going to fail. No one's judging you. Nothing bad's going to happen to you, but you can do anything at all. It would bring you so much joy if you could do what? Day in and day out. What would that be? For some of you, you'll say travel the world. For others of you, it's being a mom. For others of you, it's, I don't know, I think I just want to speak on stages, or I want to write books, or I'd like to be a teacher, or I don't want to work at all. I just want to be independently wealthy. Like, whatever it is, there's no shame in a game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you've got your own thing. But here's the deal. Whatever it is that you want, I don't want you to talk about it with anyone. I want you to keep it to you. I want you to allow yourself to incubate with this dream. Keep it close in your heart. Don't let anybody put their energy on it, especially before you haven't gotten fully grounded in your belief of it happening for you. I see so many dreams unfulfilled and so many people that stop with their dreams because the people that they think would support them the most and be most excited are the ones that don't. And I just want you to know, it's not because family doesn't love you, and it's not because your partners or your best friends aren't supportive. It's truly because they're experiencing their own fears, their own judgments, their own thoughts, because they experience life through their lens and you experience yours through yours. This is why I always tell people, why would you ever argue with somebody to believe what you believe? It truly doesn't matter. And when somebody else wants to argue with you about it doesn't matter. Everyone's experiencing life through their own lens. Why try to convince anybody otherwise? You're doing your life, they're doing theirs. That's it. That's where you're here. Your own soul is going through its own experience. What else did we talk about? We talked about there's the mind, which is set up for survival. The mind is never, we don't want to access the mind to go, mind, what do we want to do next? Your mind's just going to keep you in an exact loop. It's going to go watch TV, miss your workouts, go eat something, go to bed, go stay in bed. It's going to keep you on your exact habit track. It only knows what you've taught it. It does not know how to take you beyond this point in time. It does not, because you haven't experienced it yet. The mind only knows what you've taught it. It is a computer. You are programming it, both things you like and things you don't like. Best part is you can program it with new programs all the time. Now, what did we also talk about? We talked about a thought. A thought is not you. It does not define you. It is not your identity. If you don't like a thought that you're thinking, your job is to replace it. Cancel, clear, delete. I'm moving you away. What is the new thought that I want? When we want to tap into higher consciousness, we've got the mind. That is not where we go. I always say a negative mind will never take you to a positive result. Ever. Never. Okay? So then we want to drop into the heart. Now, there's the Institute of Heart Math that says the heart acts as the brain of the body without conscious interference, right? So I teach a breathwork technique called the 5, 5, and 5, where we breathe in through the nose for 5, we suspend the breath for 5, calming the central nervous system, allowing the conscious mind to take a back seat as we access the subconscious mind to really understand what's going on underneath the surface. That's how I work with my clients in such a highly transformative state. I work with them on reprogramming the subconscious, because the subconscious makes up 95% of our actions on a given day. True story, scientific study, 95% of our actions come from our subconscious. So of course it makes sense for us to pay attention to that programming. That's why I work there. That's why there's so much transformation within our communities. So you really want to know that. So tapping into the heart allows you to access the emotions, the emotional life of the body. I believe the body is the key, and it will guide you. It gives you answers. However, I like to take you a step further. Yes, we want to access the body. When you ask your heart, what you need today, it'll tell you what it needs on an emotional plane, what your body needs on an emotional and energetic plane. Now let's go a step further. I like to get my clients to access what the soul wants. The soul is the higher self. That is the highest level of consciousness that knows beyond you, but already knows the future you and the future you. It knows everything that is necessary, and that's how you end up quantum leaping, shifting timelines, changing identities, really, really up-leveling quickly, right? And that's because it's guiding you and it knows better than you. So when we access that version of you, that's when you go, okay, I want to drop into that version. What does she need? What guidance does she have for me? What answers does she have for me? Where is she taking me? What does she want for me? Right? And when we go to that, we can craft this future identity. And then we can go, what is that version? What's that vision for me? Well, I see myself speaking to thousands of people. Okay, well, but my life doesn't look like that, Melissa. How would I even do that? I'm not a speaker. I don't even know. Like, I'm a teacher, or I like an accountant, or I'm a stay-at-home mom right now. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You don't need to know the how. You don't need to know the how. You just need to know, did that version excite you? Did that vision excite you? Even if it scared you, remember, excitement and fear are on the same energetic plane. So we can shift in between the two, right? So does that version excite you? Okay, well, yeah, I'd love that. I don't know how it would happen, but yeah, I mean, I don't even know where I was. And then I saw the celebrities come in. I don't know where they were coming from. And that's just crazy. Okay, like I hear things like this all the time, right? So then you get to go, when I'm working with my clients, I go, but it's already meant for you because it's already done. See, God, the universe, source energy, doesn't give you a vision that hasn't already happened for you. It's happened in a parallel timeline. It's happened. You're just seeing it. So can you just trust that it's done? Could you trust that your only job is to line up to it and believe that it's meant for you? And then ask yourself, okay, well, if that's meant for me, then what would I need to do for that to become my reality? Well, if I'm speaking in front of thousands, maybe I should take a speaking course. Maybe I'm going to get on Skillshare and learn about public speaking. Or maybe I'm going to start compiling all the different topics that I would talk about. Maybe I'm going to start watching a lot of TED Talks and see how people talk, right? You start opening up your mind to a different level of thinking. And that's why we want to access not just the future you, but the future you. What does she want? What's she doing? How's she thinking? Because she's going to get you to open your mind to access things and think in a way that current you never would. And that's essentially what we do when we enter into masterminds. We often, in the world of self-development, business coaching, all of that, it's like, you know, we hear the greats and yeah, like Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor. It's like, you know, they all talk about when I was masterminding, Jim Rohn, right? Les Brown. It's like they were in masterminds. Well, what that means is they were learning from people that were beyond them in their skill set and levels, that were giving them guidance on what to do. So I'm showing you how to access that for yourself from within you. And that, my friend, is how you become limitless in all that you do. And that's when life becomes really magical and juicy, because you recognize you are creating everything. And if you want to dive deeper into how to believe and the exact principles into understanding that you are the writer, producer, and creator of your own reality, and how to do that and how to believe more powerfully, go to my live just from yesterday where I go deeper into this, and I actually will link it below. Now, the other thing that I want to tell you, I created something for you guys, by the way. I should have said this. I have a gift for you. How exciting. So it's summer, and one of the things all the women in my community said, I said, are you guys excited for summer? And they was like, well, the kids, and like we travel, and I just feel like it goes by so fast, and I lose sight of my goals, and I've hit so many things. I'm feeling good, but then I try like all these things. And I said, okay, well, the key to all of this is we've got to get intentional. And you want to keep going with your goals. You want to achieve things. What if at the end of the summer, you're saying to me, I just had the best summer of my life. I feel amazing. I look amazing. I had so many experiences. I was surrounded by love. So we could say summer, but it's the same thing, right? Like I said, put in your journal, 90 days. Who do you want to be? What is the one thing that you want? So I want to invite you. I created a free guide down below. It's how to have your healthiest and happiest summer yet. And it takes you through a step-by-step framework on how to create the identity, how to actually create and set up your structure in your life, how to identify your goals, how to create the identity, and how to activate that identity, and how to bring this to life, how to create the intention, so that at the end of the summer, you're sitting there going, oh my God. And I know you might go, Melissa, we're already done June. Use it for 60 days. Either way, it's a free guide, and I'm telling you, I create things so that they can apply to any time in your life. All of my programs, for instance, you could do them for a lifetime. My clients go back year after year after year, and they're like, this still applies. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I'm an intuitive. So I create everything to speak to you now and to the future you. So this guide, if you guys want it, I will put the link below. I'd be honored for you to have it. And I want you to do it. I want to hear how it goes. I want you to have the best summer of your life. And if you're like, you know what, I would love to lose 10 pounds this summer. Great. Let's make it happen. I'm here for you. Let's do it. I have 50 million videos on how to do that for you, and they're all here. I also just did my ultimate healthy summer guide. It's like an hour-long video with 10 chapters. I go through my skincare routine, my morning routine, fitness, food, lifestyle. Of course, there's mindset. It's all in there too. So again, you can go to my videos, but I'll make sure to, when YouTube uploads this, since it's a live, it takes a little bit, I'll make sure to put it so that they link next. I will put the guide below. I would love for you to have it. If you want it, put guide so I don't just like send it out to everybody. But if you want it, just put guide in the comments, and I'll make sure, I'll literally tag you right when this is done so that you don't have to wait for like the uploading process and all of that. And do it. And it's so great. And I would love to hear how it goes for you. So thank you so much for being here. Let's step into the you that you've always been meant to be. Let's do it together. I'm going higher as you're going higher as well. We're always growing and shifting and changing. So let's do it together. That is why I'm here. And thank you for being here for Limitless Living Live. And I will see you in the next video. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that I shared today. And if you're like, Melissa, I'd love for you to do a video on this to dive deeper. I am here for you every step of the way. All right, guys. Love you. Have a beautiful and blessed night. And I will see you in the next video. Mwah. And I have to turn this off. I love you too. I do. I really do. Okay. Bye, guys.